Today, we're going to journey right into the heart of a mystical system to meet 5 emissaries. Think of them as architects of personal transformation. And this isn't just some abstract theory, it's a real blueprint for how to achieve a state of genuine wholeness.
All right, so here's the game plan. First, we need to get our bearings, understand the landscape of Tiphereth. Then, we'll meet the 5 key players. We're going to follow them through this incredible 5-stage transformation, put all the pieces together in a neat little summary, and then, finally, we'll get to the heart of what their ultimate purpose really is.
Okay, first things first. To really get a handle on these agents, we have to understand their home turf. So, what in the world is Tiphereth, and why is it considered the absolute center of this entire system?
So, Tiphereth is basically the system's center of gravity. It's the 6th Sephirah, and its name translates to beauty. But honestly, an even better word for it is wholeness. Just imagine it as the one single point, where divine beauty, perfect balance, and total equilibrium all come together. It's truly the heart of the whole structure. And here's the thing, Tiphereth isn't just some passive, abstract concept. It's an active, dynamic hub. It's called a nodal station, an ideal blueprint. This means it's the point of perfect organization for the entire system, and it represents that ideal version of ourselves, what you might call your higher I. So now that we've got a feel for the environment, it's time to meet the agents themselves, the ones who operate right from this center of perfect balance. Their collective title is, well, it's pretty striking. The Attracting and Sucking Force. That name points directly to their main job, which is all about managing and focusing incredible forces. They are, for all intents and purposes, the system's masters of connections. This is where it gets really interesting. The term ideal vampires. Yeah, it sounds a little dark, right? But it's not about draining life force. It's about something much more profound. They absorb chaotic, misaligned energy, basically anything that's messing up the harmony, to restore balance and feed what's actually vital.
So, you're probably wondering, how does this energy sucking and redistributing thing actually work? Well, it's not random at all. It happens through a super precise 5-stage process that we're going to call the transformation cascade.
Think of this cascade as a journey for your consciousness. It moves through 5 totally distinct phases, all the way from calibration to realization. And each step is guided by one of these emissaries, and they all work together perfectly to bring about a complete transformation of the self. The whole process kicks off with Tabahav, the balancing one. His job is to basically put your reality through a stress test. You can think of him as this completely impartial judge, weighing your inner world against a cosmic ideal standard of truth. Yeah, he works like an alchemist judge. His method? He paralyzes the ego's will, magnetically draws out any and all distortions, and collapses any false structures you've been leaning on. It's all about stripping away the masks to see what's really underneath. Okay, so after Tabahav's intense calibration, the whole process moves inward. Next up is Pegak, and he initiates a deep dive into the subconscious. This is where we confront our own emotional chaos to find a much deeper kind of harmony. Pegak is often described as a cosmic whirlpool. He creates this kind of hypnotic state, absorbing all that emotional excess. And the key lesson here is amazing. You learn to find beauty not in spite of, but actually within the imperfections and scars of your past. Next up, we meet Avahai, the enchanting one. And after all that emotional turbulence comes absolute stillness. Avahai's role is basically to hit the pause button on time itself, forcing you to completely surrender your own personal will. This emissary creates what's called a state of cosmic paralysis. It's this mystical trance, this total vacuum of activity. And it's in that profound stillness that your connection to your higher self can finally be reestablished. Now, right out of that deep stillness, the next stage just ignites. This is Ranagad, the reshaping one, who kicks off a purification by fire. In alchemy, they call this the negredo phase. It's all about burning away everything that's old, false, and holding you back. And let's be real, this stage is intense. Ranagad brings unavoidable change, sometimes through these blinding revelations or even a full-blown existential crisis. But it's absolutely necessary. It's like a merciless harvest that turns the ashes of your old self into fertile ground for a brand new identity. And at last, we arrive at the final step with Tuha, the all-encompassing.
Tuha takes all that purified energy from the fire and gives it solid form. This is the absolutely crucial step of grounding your new, whole self and making it real and functional in the everyday world.
Tuha is the ultimate world builder, the architect who turns spirit into matter. His work is what ensures that this massive inner transformation doesn't just fade away, but becomes a stable, lived reality. And this final integration is what's known as the alchemical marriage. Okay, whew, that was a journey, right? So let's pull back for a second and look at a blueprint that kind of puts it all together for us. This matrix just lays out the entire system so beautifully. You can literally follow the flow from top to bottom. We start with Tabav's balancing act, then move into Pigog's emotional absorption. Then comes Avahis' central pause, Runagad's purification by fire, and finally Tuha's active creation. And look at how each method, from stripping of masks to grounding ideas, is a perfect and necessary step in this single unified process.
So, after all that, what's the point? What is the ultimate purpose of going through this demanding, deeply transformative, and frankly kind of scary process?
Well, the purpose is total integration. This entire process is designed to take all the chaotic, separate parts of your inner world, your will, your feelings, your thoughts, and forge them into a coherent, whole masterpiece, the masterpiece of your true, realized self. Ultimately, what these emissaries teach us is that real, lasting transformation doesn't come from fighting or trying to control everything. It comes from surrender, surrendering to a higher truth. And that leaves us with a really powerful question to ask ourselves. Are we ready to do the same?